You take your favorite live album, pop it on the turntable, and then boom, you're transported back in time to that live show. It's a turntable time machine. These are the words from the homie over at Young LP Lovers channel, where he challenges us all to pull out some of our live concerts on vinyl and travel back in time to where we were actually at that show. But which albums do you pick? Well, we're going to find out right now. Make sure you check him out, Young LP Lovers. And what he did was he pulled out 5 albums. So I pulled out 5 albums. And we're going to talk about those shows. All right? Let's get started. So, anybody who knows me well, especially musically, knows that I love live concerts. And I buy live concerts on vinyl quite often. In fact, I did a couple videos about live shows. In fact, I did a video all about live rap concerts on bootleg vinyl. So you guys will have to check that out. I'll try to leave a link or something. Anyway, when I saw this video, I was very excited because it sounded like something that I could really get into and something that I would enjoy sharing. So let's talk about it, okay? We got 5 super, super cool pieces of vinyl that I want to share with you, and we're going to get started. First piece I pulled out, we're going to start off real hot and heavy, is Erykah Badu live in concert. Let's get a closer look at that. Erykah Badu live in concert. This came out in 1997. And I'm a huge Erykah Badu fan. I mean, most of us are. And this woman is so incredibly talented. So talented that her second album is a live album, or was a live album. Okay, so how many singers do you know where they were so good, so well received, so talented that their second album had to be a live album? Well, this was that person. I remember when this came out. I remember the promotions. I remember all of the posters in the record stores. I actually collected a lot of those back then. It was just simply incredible. I'm not sure. This doesn't say exactly where the concert was recorded. Not that I know of. That information might be on the CD though. But this is like a promo vinyl, I believe. So it doesn't have that information on here. The favorites of mine off of this album is, of course, Outside of the Game, which she does an incredible version of that. It's 8 minutes and 21 seconds long. When you're in concert, you get to take your time and you can stretch the song out as long as you want. I absolutely love that. I remember back in the 90s when Arrested Development came out and they were performing at Summerfest in Milwaukee, and when they did the song Natural, which is what, 3-4 minutes on the record, I think they did like a 20 minute just long version. It was incredible. Anyway, back to Erykah. So she does Searching on here, which is the Roy Ayers song. That's one of my favorites on here. She does Boogie Nights by why can't I think of the group now? Heat Wave, and then goes into All Night Long by the Mary Jane Girls. That's a highlight. And of course, this is the album where she kind of introduced the song Tyrone. to the world. And not only does she have that concert live version on here, but there's also an extended version of it as well. So this song is this album is 9 songs deep. Rimshot, Other Side of the Game, Apple Tree, Searching, Boogie Night / All Night Long, Sometimes, Stay, Tyrone, and then Tyrone, the extended version. Um, if you like Erica, you'll love this album. But if you like Erica, you probably already own this album. So that was my first pick. I've seen Erica, definitely takes me back. I've seen Erica so many times in concert, probably at least, I don't know, 8 or 10 times over the years. So yeah, heavy Erica Badu fan. Next up is one of my favorite groups in the world, probably my second favorite rap group ever. And I've talked about these guys many times. I've talked about their albums many times. This is Beastie Boys, and this is a bootleg live concert simply entitled Tough Guys. Now, when it comes to the bootleg stuff, you know, whoever's bootlegging it will give it any kind of name, will put whatever kind of art on it. It's just about getting it out there to the public, to the people, and whatnot. Um, this one, and I spoke about this one in another video. This one was live from 1998 in Switzerland at the St. Gallen Festival. And this was actually a FM radio broadcast. That's the cool thing about over in Europe, is they would play a lot of live concerts on the radio and on TV. And I have a lot of like bootleg concerts that were on TV and that were on different radio stations there. Something you would never see, you know, here in the States or whatever. But anyway, one of the things that really drew me to this was 1998. That was the year. And if a lot of you guys recall, 1998 was the year that that was the year of the Intergalactic tour. And that really brings me back because I moved to Phoenix in 1998 from Milwaukee. And I remember when I first got there, this was soon after I arrived in Phoenix, and I was like mad broke. I mean, I was mad broke. And I didn't have a lot of money, and I believe I was at the concert. I was outside of the show. I had, how much did I have? I think I had $30 to my name. That's all I had. I had a weekly DJ gig, which wasn't coming around for a while. And I had to keep at least $10 for gas for my car, which only left me $20. And the tickets were like $60. So, and there were bootleggers, you know, outside of the venue, and they were selling, but they were starting at $60, if not more than that. And so I just remember, you know, like, man, I gotta find me a ticket, and people were like going into the venue, and then there were less and less people standing outside, and finally this guy, he's like, you could kind of hear the concert getting ready to start, and I started getting real nervous, and then this guy came up to me, bootlegger, am I saying that right? Not bootlegger, scalper, I'm sorry. Scalpers, these scalpers were all around selling tickets. So the scalper walked up to me and he was like, hey man, how much you got? And I said, $20. He was like, give me $20, I'll take it. I was like, bet. I literally got that ticket from him and ran into the venue. And I ended up sitting up real high. This was at America West Arena, downtown Phoenix. But when I first walked in, I went in this one section and I was kind of level with the stage, and it was in the round. And man, Mixmaster Mike took the stage, and he started the show off with the song Tom Sawyer by Rush. And he just took two copies of that, and he was just killing it. A lot of people are familiar with that routine. In fact, I will, because I keep all of my flyers and ticket stubs and whatnot. But let me show you that actual flyer. This was September 7th, 1998. Beastie Boys Intergalactic Tour. In the round. This was incredible. Um I don't even remember who the opening act was. I don't even remember an opening act. I just remember going in there and they started the show. Anyway, so when I came across this 1998, I'm thinking same show. It'll take me back to, America West. But this one was very different. In fact, Mixmaster Mike does do the opening intro, but he kind of messes around with Joski Love by Joski Love Pee Wee Dance. So he kind of messes around with that for a minute and some beats. Not as exciting as the show that I went to over here, but and then here's something I've never seen the Beasties do. They start off with the song Time for Living, which is one of their punk rock songs that they did back before they were even messing around with rap music. So that was the first song that they did, was a punk rock song. And then the second song they did is a song called Brand New, which is another punk rock song. So I've seen them perform punk rock songs, but it was later on, way after 1998. Because soon after the when we went into the 2000s is kind of when a lot of they blew up so big that they were going back and reissuing a lot of their punk rock stuff, and people were buying that. People like myself who hadn't really gotten into it, I have all of the original stuff, but then they started reissuing stuff, and their punk rock stuff started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So to hear that they did this, maybe the punk rock stuff was more popular earlier over in Europe, but I have no idea. That's just a guess. But that was a surprise. They also did Sure Shot, Shake Your Rump, The Move, Sombrosa, Root Down 1 and 2, Skills to Pay the Bills, Slow and Low, Body Moving, and then a song called Lighten Up. So, although I was hoping to be taken back to the Intergalactic Tour, it was a little different than that. And it kind of sounds like the recording, like somebody was standing by one of the speakers on the stage. That's sort of how the recording sounds to me. I'm not exactly sure. It didn't come from the soundboard. It's not a super professional recording. Sounds good, sounds fantastic, but definitely sounds like there's a disc, like somebody had a tape recorder and they were by one of the speakers, and you can definitely hear like the vocals being thrown from one speaker to the next. So yeah, that's my number 2 live album I want to show you guys. Number 3, all right, this is a really good one. Now I'm the biggest New Edition fan ever, and I'll take them all together. I'll take those guys individual. This next record I want to show you is actually a 12-inch version from a 12-inch from Johnny Gill. Now, Johnny Gill being on Motown, his big hit off of his first album was My. Anyway, so My, I got a hold of that promo 12-inch, and it had a live version of My on it. A long, extended version of My. Simply incredible. Well, this is a song off of his second album, and the name of this single is Quiet Time to Play. And I decided instead of talking about My, I wanted to talk about Quiet Time to Play because this is also a live version that they put on the 12 inch, and it is 12 and a half minutes long. I mean, Quiet Time to Play is just as good as My. Just as good. And the fact that they would put a live version on a 12 inch, to me, it is incredible. If you're not familiar with that song, you like R&B, it's incredible. I've seen Johnny Gill a few times over the years. I've seen New Edition many times over the. In fact, the first concert I ever went to in 1996 was New Edition with Sherelle and the Force MDs. And it's right when Johnny Gill first got with them. But anyway, 12 and a half minutes long. Um, he does get into some other music. I think he does. He gets into a Teddy Pendergrass song, and he goes through a few other R&B songs from back in the day, which helped the song be extended as far as length or whatever. But this is one of those records I keep right next to the turntable in the living room. One of those records I put on when I'm cleaning, and I just let it play. So this, if you're not familiar with this, you love R&B music, you love live shows, you gotta give this one a listen. What year is this from? This print is way too small for me to be looking at it. Anyway, Johnny Gill, Quiet Time to Play, promo 12-inch version off of Motown Records. Okay, so we're all the way up to number 4 now. Back in 2014, there was a special Rick James release on Record Store Day, and this was You and I extended version from Rick James. Now, I'm the biggest Rick James fan. Rick James is the one individual on this list that I've never gotten to see live. In his heyday, I was just a kid. By the time, I became an adult and he wasn't touring as much, and then he did his jail stint and all of that. So I never got to catch him live. What's special about this 12-inch is not the A-side, You and I extended version, but the B-side featured probably one of the greatest love songs, slow songs in the history of R&B music, is Fire and Desire, featuring my favorite female vocalist, or one of my favorite, Tina Marie. Between Tina Marie and Stephanie Mills, I think those are my two favorite female vocalists on the planet. Stephanie and then Tina coming in a close second. This was this live version of Fire and Desire was recorded live in Long Beach, July 30th, 1981. Man, in 81 I was young. Let's just say that. And guess what? It's just under 20 minutes long. Incredible. This is another one. I keep this right next to the turntable in the living room. One of those records I could throw on and just do what I gotta do around the house. Definitely probably my favorite Rick James song in the world. And Tina Marie, what can I say? I love her. I love her to death. It's a shame that neither one of them are no longer with us. But this was this was one of the few records that I was interested in picking up on Record Store Day back in 2014. A very, very special record. I'm glad that I own it and that it's a part of my collection. So, next up is record number 5. And the last record that I'm going to be showing you. And this is the Prince Bootleg New Tour from Japan 1990. New Tour 1990. This was live in Japan. And I've talked about this record a few other times on some past videos. Um, what can I say about Prince? What can I say about Prince bootlegs? That's a whole nother thing. Check out my Prince bootleg videos. But one of the reasons why I wanted to showcase this album is because it has the most incredible version of Do Me Baby that I've ever heard. I am going to close out this video by simply playing this song. And at first, as I've mentioned in the past, I thought it was Miko Weaver that I thought it was Prince that was actually playing this guitar solo, but it's not. It's actually Miko Weaver, his guitarist at the time. And this is just simply incredible. So I want to leave you with this. Let's go back.